See, they say that Angel Snub Nub 7 don't care about the people. But Angel Snub Nub 7 cares about the people because I'm bold enough to tell you the truth, and I don't give a damn if you give me a dime. I'm not looking for your money.
My black people, it's all about the unity. There's nothing they can do with us, so ain't nobody who...
We are in a state of emergency.
Prejudice. Wrote a song about it? Like to hear it? Here it go. Free your mind.
To ring out in perfect harmony, Ellis becomes the first of the divas to offer the world her singular sound. And she does just that on Southern Gal.
Yes. I want that. Oh, I need that. Gots to have that. It's
You gon' Gomane. Assemble the people, Gomane. We will not be defeated by witch doctors' illusions.
Free your mind. No, you're never gonna get it. Never, ever gonna get it. What you gonna be?
We want to make sure that we're not just working to be first, but we're working to be right. A lot of times there are situations when things are just happening so fast. It's always important to be fast, but we always want to be right.
I trust that feeling. Does anybody have any questions of me before I get out of here? Let's see what you guys are saying. What's up, Soul Sister Rona? Hey, Taalik. I'm the brother that did Mike Jackson in Tunica, Mississippi. Hey, now. Hello to Terry. Respect. Bless up. Bless up. Bless up.
Everybody who is black and interested in black people, let us sit down and find out how we can get together in one direction against one enemy and accomplish this job overnight.
When soul singer and black activist Sam Cooke wrote the lyrics to his song, "A Change Is Gonna Come," it was very direct and to the point. With some changes to it, the song was still digestible. In the year 2019, black folks continue to go through the change rather than direct the change. A community activist named Taalik Ibn'rad has made an appeal similar to what Sam Cooke was asking for. A change. It's said that the meek shall inherit the earth. We ask when. When will the landlords give the meek a free lease? Mr. Ibn'rad is humbly asking for the state of Mississippi. This is Dusty Basement Studios, and we approve of this message.
And that is Brother Taalik from the Reality Temples on Earth channel. And if you get a chance to subscribe, please do subscribe to his channel. He's a good brother. You know, he's doing good work, and he wants to do good constructive things. He has good information to provide. So please do check out his channel if you get a chance.
But when you have laws and things on paper that say if you do this, we're going to punish you by incarcerating you, and you break them and you're dumb enough to get caught, then you're just dumb.
All right. Shout out to Reality's Temple in the building. Well, just for I got to get him on here, man. You talk about somebody polarizing. Whoa. that brother is, I'll leave that alone. Shout out to the brother, though. Just
himself, and you don't realize it. You don't realize it, that God has been imprisoned. The devil was able to imprison God. So right inside your own self, your God self has been imprisoned, and you have a false sense of self running rampant inside the temple. This is why, you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
We have to bring Reality's temple here on earth. Reality's temple here on earth. Because
yes, sir.
We have to realize the enemy is running rampant inside this temple.
ride. Let's get this party started quickly. Let's get this party started quickly. Let's get this party started. Ride, ride, ride. Let's get this party started. Ride, ride, ride. Let's get this party started quickly. Let's get this party started quickly. Let's get this party started. Ride, ride, ride. Let's get this party started. Ride, ride, ride. Let's get this party started quickly. Let's get this party started quickly. Let's get this party started. Ride, ride, ride. Let's get this party started. Ride, ride, ride. Let's get this party started quickly. In the name of our ancestors, peace forever and always, and welcome to another edition of what we call the Reality's Temple on Earth Internet Ministry. I am the gatekeeper, the host of this program. Wherever you may find me, I am known as the Mighty. Angel Snubbed Up 7. I am your soul brother, number one. It has been a little while since we've been live, and it is because I've been under the weather. In fact, I'm still a little bit under the weather, but I wanted to come before you tonight because I miss all of you out there in YouTube land. And it is a good feeling to be among those of whom you can vibe with. I want to talk. Just bear with me. Still have a little scratchy throat. But we want to talk a little bit tonight. Always a little bit. Salute, Rashid. And yes, we are live. I am glad that many of you are doing as well as expected in this violent, murderous, confused, insane, rape culture, dog eat dog world that we live in. Anything can happen to us at any time. I'm happy that we're well tonight so that we can gather in family, in brotherhood and sisterhood, into this temple that is real. We're not asking you to believe in deities. We're not asking you to believe in gremlins and ghosts and spirits and spooks. We're asking you, if you gotta believe in yourself. And you can do that with or without me. You don't need, or you do need, in these other belief systems, you got to have a prophet, you got to have a messenger, you got to have a God, you got to have the third dimension, the fifth dimension. Only thing you have to do is be you when you come here. Believe. Believe in yourself. We're so thankful for our deacons of reality, Soul Brother 85 and Twin Pyramid, Mellow Cap. Thank you so much for your hard work and for your support. It is much appreciative. And I'm hoping that some doors, some opportunity will come to us. It is like a rock going down a snow mountain. And that little rock causes an avalanche. It just takes a little bit of something to get something big started. We are that little rock tumbling down the side. And it is our desire to get this party started, to get this avalanche to crashing. We need to push all these other suckers out the way because they are roads to nowhere. And they know it, but they're too arrogant, too high and mighty to admit and confess they are roads to nowhere. So they must be pushed to the side. And if there is a God, and if there is a power, that power got to be with us. That power got to be with those. We don't have to talk about God. We don't have to talk about a people oppressed that needs a change of condition. This God should support anybody doing the right thing. So if this God will not support somebody doing the right thing simply because you don't believe in me, you're not giving me no credit, you're a punk ass bitch, God. Because we don't give you no credit. You don't want to do what's right. You should wonder and should not want to bow down and submit to some God like that. And the people are suffering because you want some damn credit. Well, I would help you, but you're not going to give me any credit. And that's what you hear in the religious community. Elijah Muhammad made Malcolm X. He don't owe you a damn thing. I thought that was your mission, to raise the dead to life, to awaken minds. Malcolm X don't owe you a damn thing. But when the shizit hits the fan, Elijah Muhammad made Malcolm X. It's all about the credit. Do the program. I don't care if I don't get any credit. Do the program. Implement the plan. Be successful. I don't give a damn if you never mention my name. But that's what it's all about with us. It's all about me. Give me the credit. Praise me. It's all about me. But you know that comes from our history of being nobody. For over 300 years, 400 years, our ancestors was nothing. Yes, I'm boss. Okay's boss. That's what we was for 400 years. And so now the people want to be something, but you're still a Negro slave. Oprah Winfrey is a slave. Will Smith is a slave. Denzel Washington is a slave. Morgan Freeman is a slave. Elijah Muhammad was a slave. Malcolm X was a slave. If they was not slaves, then why are you still crying, I want my liberation? I want freedom, justice, and equality. If you had gained that, there would be no need for you to say that. So that means during their time, they did not have it, because if they got it, you should have it and you don't. And so we're looking for our individual praise and honor. Who listening to you? You only got 10 subscribers. Look how we talk, because we want to be something. I got 100,000 subscribers. I got 80,000 subscribers. You never hear me talk about how many subscribers. And I could give you a number and you might be shocked. Oh yeah, you might be shocked. Don't let the views on the videos fool you. You might be shocked. I'll show you the numbers. We're not looking for praise. We want this problem solved once and for all. That's what we want. That's what we want. All this wearing costumes and huffing and puffing. Nobody impressed. So this man, Colin Powell, a good soldier for the enemy, not for Jamaicans. I think he was a Jamaican, Colin Powell. He's a Jamaican. He's a good soldier for America, a good killer for America. Ain't killed nobody. Nobody from the Ku Klux Klan, nobody from the skinheads, nobody who's an enemy to the black soul community, but he's happy to put on a uniform and go and murder for those who put Jamaica and other dark-skinned people in bad shape all over the world. Should have been dead a long time ago. He ain't no good to us. The hell with Colin Powell. He's a pile of doo-doo. He don't mean nothing to me. Ain't did a damn thing for me and mine. But of course, he's one of their greatest killers. Oh, we need some more Colin Powells. We need some more Colin Powells. We need some more Negro killers. You a soldier, and these black men, soul brothers, they go all out their way. That's a good one. Right. They go all out their way. Y'all gonna mess my speech up. They go all out their way to fight for the oppressor. And they put on their uniforms. They want to show you all their little badges and little stripes that they get. And when you ask them to stand up for the people you come from, they won't do it. All kinds of excuses. So well, first of all, many of you are familiar with Bruce Lee. And there was a movie, one of his movies is called Fist of Fury, or The Chinese Connection. And these Japanese come to their school and they want to fight Bruce's school. And one of the head teachers of the school suggests that they don't fight. Hey, you don't want to fight? You're all cowards. There's not a man among you, weak men of Asia. The Japanese called the Chinese, because they won't fight them, weak men of Asia. Man, this cough. Here we are. And I look, I hear the brothers. You can go on Facebook, you can go on Instagram, and you see all these black men in their costume. You see the brothers with guns. You see the brothers with guns. They taking pictures with guns. AK-47s and 9mm. You see them. You see the fruit of Islam. All praise is due to Allah for the honorable Elijah Muhammad. All praise is due to Allah for the honorable Elijah Muhammad. All praise is due to Allah for the honorable. You see all this stuff. You see all this stuff. I saw a picture of these Hebrew Israelite brothers, all in uniform, wearing all this purple. Remind me of an old picture of Purple Rain during the Prince Day. These Hebrew Israelites, looking like warriors, look like soldiers. And they post pictures of fighting men, warriors, spears and swords and guns. That's beautiful. But when the white people come and he ready to fight, weak man of Africa, where's all this fight at? It's a good show. Ain't never had a good fight in this joint at no time. We had a couple slave rebellions by a few folks, but overall, nothing. weak man of Africa. You ain't gonna do nothing. These men so pathetic. These men so pathetic and weak. Let me see if I can get to live on here. Hey.
Hey there.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, enjoy the show, bro. I'm just doing my thing right now. To live in the house, y'all. But look like you're doing pretty well there. Look like the connection is good.
Yeah.
It's good. That's cool. Okay, so I was just saying, these brothers put all these warrior pictures up. No, they're not going to bust the grape. But you claim that you can physically get down, which you can't. There's no evidence, there's no history where you can throw down. There's none in modern day times. Because the first thing they're going to say, they're going to talk about what happened 5,000 years ago. No, this is 2021. Don't give a damn what happened in 5,000 years ago. You cannot even handle a verbal fight. I was on Facebook this morning with a brother who know me when I was 18 years old, when I was in the Nation of Islam. And he put up a post, or somebody put up a post with Captain Joseph from back in the day. And he was saying that Joseph made him a man. And so my question was, what kind of man did Captain Joseph make you when the Nation of Islam teaches that America is going to fall, and you're buying land and spitting out babies all over the place? What is the purpose of all these babies that you're spitting? And yes, the Nation of Islam, you could say it was successful to a certain point, but it could not support those babies you spitting out. Nation of Islam wasn't making no baby shoes, baby car seats, baby clothes, and everything that a baby need, least to say what grown people need. And you steady spitting out babies. You can't support yourself. What is the purpose of having all these children? And I asked him, well, brother, you getting personal. I'm sensitive about my children. He's sensitive. The warrior, the FBI, the FOI. He's strong and he's scared to get questioned. You sensitive. It's a general question, because you're not the only one running around here 7, 8, 10, 12 children. Before the sister can spit out one, you got another one back to back to back to back. Y'all think that's cute? And you still don't have no nation. You still can't support yourself. And why are you investing in America that you claim is fallen since the 1930s? So he blocked me. Mr. Warrior. These tacky ass men cannot handle a verbal, intellectual conversation, or intellectual war, let alone a physical war. They strong, the mighty FOI. Hup, ho, running around here in their costumes. Absolutely a bunch of losers. See, you might impress another slave, but you don't impress these other men. You don't impress them at all. And you damn sure don't impress me, because I know what it's going to take, and Malcolm X knew what it's going to take in order to truly establish freedom, justice, and equality. And even the Bible talks about the time, or in the Revelations, where it'll be so much war going on that the blood will rise to the horse's bridle. Do you know how tall a horse is? That's a lot of damn blood. A lot of violence in order to get things right. And you ain't ready. You're docile, weak man of Africa. But you want me to call myself an African and y'all weak as hell. You want me to call myself a Hebrew Israelite and a Kemetic and all this other stuff, and y'all weak as hell. You can't even handle all these people run away from me. Little old me, my 10 subscribers, my 10 views, and they run from us. Like little bitches, like punks. Just say my name and watch them. I don't know, that dude, that guy. They make up excuses. He ain't on my level. No, I will intellectually whoop your ass. That's what you're scared of. I will intellectually whoop your damn Kemetic garbage, your black Muslim crap, your Hebrew Israelite crap, all the stuff, all that tiddlywink crap that y'all got, I will whoop your ass. That's what you're scared of. I will whip your ass in front of your 100,000 subscribers, whip your ass in front of your 1,000,000 subscribers, whoever the hell you are. And as old as I am, I'm still not afraid to physically get in the boxing ring with your happy ass. As messed up as I am. You make me sick. That's why they can rally around a woman like Cynthia G with all that crazy stuff she's saying, because y'all a bunch of weak-ass punks. Y'all so weak, they run away from Cynthia G. I saw a video where she's supposed to debate the Black Authority, and the only thing he did was talk about her weaves. She's supposed to debate Tariq Nasheed, and I don't think he talk about her makeup. Y'all a bunch of punks. And these are the men that you follow. These are the men that's your heroes, because you're a punk. Y'all some she bitches just like they are. Weak men of Africa. Ain't no Africans gonna claim y'all. You was weak on the slave plantation, and you weak free. The only way you feel like a man, because some dumbass woman spread her legs and spit out a baby that has no purpose except for your vanity. Look what I did. Look what I did. You ought to hear them talk about their children. Look what I did. Look what I did. So proud of it, because that's all you got. These other men can show you their big skyscrapers, their nuclear bombs, electrical companies, how they move rivers and dams. The only thing you can do is show your little baby that would die without the white man making baby shoes, baby milk, and all the things children need. You can't give them nothing. Look what I did. Look what I did. Tacky ass. So you know, so you know they don't want to be around me. Oh, wow. So, like Talib having technical difficulties. Oh, wow, never. Now he's gone. He'll be back. Okay, so I just want to make this comment. I'm going to turn the mic over to Liv, and we get his commentary on this subject, or whatever commentary that Taalik wants to talk about. We haven't been on live for a while, so we just here to talk tonight. A lot of y'all are night owls, so we're just going to talk. Look, myself, the children of Dr. King, the children of Jesse Jackson, we are the children. We was babies during the civil rights movement. There are many who want to blame me for whatever. I was a baby. I was 5 years old. I take that back. I was 5 years old when Dr. King was assassinated, and I was 2 years old. I was 2 years old when Malcolm X was murdered.
It seems like we got to do it again like this.
Okay. So I am the child of the civil rights era. So you would think we should be doing better. But we're not. And quite frankly, I didn't know what to do. And I will hope that some of you would understand that I was a child. And we depend on our elders for guidance. We didn't know. And so by the time I got of age, the elders was like Farrakhan, Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, people like that, and some others. Now, mind you, they did not change what they was doing. Mind you, many of these people became comfortable with whatever was won or whatever was gotten from the civil rights era. Even the sincere people, their mindset was still in the 1960s, 1950s. Now we're looking at the 1980s, 30 years past. And so we're doing the same thing in 1980 and have not learned a damn thing. Matter of fact, this is 2021, still doing the exact same stuff they was doing in the 1980s, 1960s, 70s, 50s, and so forth. Just because Dr. King's children came from his activist wife, activist father, the children are nothing like Dr. King and Sister Coretta. May they rest in peace. Malcolm X's children is nothing like him. He had a grandson that was murdered in Mexico that was rising, trying to get that, what you say, spirit, but he was murdered. The children of the civil rights era are nothing like their parents. Dr. King He's gone. He no longer had no influence or could say anything to the children. But the Civil Rights Bill and all these crumbs that was given to the people made the people mellow out. It put out the fire. Because now you got a little car, you got a little degree, you got your white woman. They all start mellowing out. And as we grew up, who is supposed to show us what we're supposed to do when we depend on the elders who don't know what to do, who have sold us out? When I saw Jesse Jackson go on Saturday Night Live for the first time, I knew it was over. They start Andrew, what's his name? Andrew Young. Yeah, Andrew Young took a cabinet position. They just start selling off and doing things. They was no longer really interested in the plight of us. And these was the top leaders. This was the top folks that we were used to looking up to. So here we are, we're the children, what are we supposed to do? And I know that many young people blame their elders for failure. The problem is what we're supposed to do. Except the same stuff we used to doing. And really, nobody want to do anything because now Negroes got a lot of crumbs on their plate. They put an extra pig foot on your plate. You could become a billionaire now. Oh, just work hard. You could be like Will Smith. Just work hard. You could be like Denzel Washington. We could play the lottery and win millions of dollars. We don't have no fighting spirit. So we are exactly where we're supposed to be because we have no fighting spirit and we want no more than what the man that controls everything gives us. If he gives us fish bones, we accept it and we learn how to make a good meal with fish bones. We don't have fighting spirit. And these men that's around us don't have any fighting spirit. They put on a good show like we talked about earlier. They don't have no fighting spirit. The only thing they want is some booty and some money. And try to show off in front of other pitiful ass, pathetic, loser ass men. That's all they want. They're not interested in freedom, justice, and equality because freedom, justice, and equality requires a new mindset, a new strategy, a new way to win. They are comfortable right where they're at. They've turned the struggle into a religion. Everything a Negro touch got to be religious. One of the newest religions is diet. Oh, you got to be a vegetarian, a fruitarian, a nutritarian. You got to change your diet. You're going to die. You can eat all the fruits you want, all the nuts you want. You can exercise. You're going to die. Your air is poison. Your water is poison. The vegetables you eat is domesticated. You cannot escape death. But they turn these dyers into religion like they can save your life the same way Jesus can. The Negro is a spooky creature. So they have failed. The elders have failed. But it's not really our fault. But now I can say it is our fault because now we've been introduced and you've been hearing the truth, the real truth. Now you know what to do. They know what we bring from this rostrum is the real thing. They know what we bring from this rostrum is the solution to our problem once and for all. It's not a damn religion. We're going to solve this problem once and for all. But they're comfortable, these warriors, these soldiers, they're comfortable in the toilet. They don't want to change nothing. They don't like us because we are the man in the mirror. We show them who they really are. They're trying to paint themselves like they gun-ho, these revolutionaries. No, you're not. No, you're not. This people deserve freedom, justice, and equality. Once and for all. Not none of y'all all this game playing. If you believe in God, bring your God, show the power. Let's get this over with once and for all. What your God waiting for? What is these prophets waiting for? What is the Most High? All this power that you claim. What is it waiting for? Either it's not real or you don't have no damn power. I'm not going to give nobody credit they don't earn. If you're the Most High, show it to me. Prove it. I want this Most High. I want this power. We are on live stream right now. Bring your happy ass right now to the live stream. Introduce yourself and tell us why your punk ass won't do nothing. Phil says these fools out there don't want no solution. They want the constant drama and voting for the clowns. That's the mind of the sheep. He wants to be free. Phil wants to be free. Hell no, these old jive time, jive turkey gods, none of them show up. They keep talking about this God stuff. Where's the power? They'll never show the power. All those people that believe in God in New Orleans, what did their God do for them? Absolutely nothing. Nothing. The children of the civil rights era, and some of you who are a little younger than that, you should be ashamed of yourself that you're going to hand this miserable condition down to your children that did not ask to be here, and they have no purpose. You gave them no purpose in life. That's why they end up scattered everywhere. What do you want to be when you grow up? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Just having sex for the fun of it, for something to do. These men get angry at me because I asked them, all their children, what's the purpose except vanity? Besides vanity, what is the purpose of spitting out all these children? What's the purpose behind it? When you look at bee society, every bee or ant, every ant has a purpose. Or if you look at the societies and families of any organism on this planet that's in a family, in a society, all of them know their purpose. They know their role in society. In American society, in human society, all over the world, we don't know. I'm going to just grow up and get me a good job. That's your role in society. That's your purpose. I'm going to get me a good job. I'm going to make me $1 million. I'm going to play the lottery, make some lots of money. That's your purpose. That's what you exist for. Low quality human beings. You don't care if that person gets an education or don't. And then they feel the prison system. They feel the morgues, dope addicts, drug addicts, prostitutes, gangbangers, just a bunch of people that have no damn purpose, just doing everything, anything, at any time. And we end up a victim of people that have no purpose in life. Your purpose is to have a good job, and one of the people that don't have no purpose meet you at your car with a gun and blow your brains out and take your pretty car away from you that you worked 10, 20 years to get. We live in a predator society, dog-eat-dog world. Babies, when we have our babies, it should be about quality of the children, not the quantity. So we produce all these low-quality people. They can't think. They need somebody to do their thinking. Oh, Jesus, what we gonna do? I need the Quran to think for me. I need Minister Farrakhan. I need Angel Snuffing Up 7. I need Talib to help me think. What should I do next, Talib? Should I take a dump now or later, Talib? I can't think. I feel like a turd gonna come out, but I'm not really sure. What you think, Talib? That's how we are. We can't. we can't think. We need somebody to do our thinking for us. The television, the radio, all these books. We quoting books where the Bible said. I read John Henry Clark said. Sarah Susan said. He said. Dr. Ben said. We need somebody to do our thinking for us. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Malcolm X said, damn, they dead. So we need a change of pace. We need a new strategy. We need a mindset. And if you want to believe in somebody, believe in yourself. Malcolm X is not greater than you are. Angel Snuffing Up 7 is not better and greater than you are. You'll never hear these people say that. You'll never hear them tell you that. Because it's all about them. They the greatest. I'm not better than you. I'm not smarter than you. Only thing I'm telling you is that our current mindset ain't working. What we're doing ain't working. We need a change of pace. We need new strategy, a new mindset, a new way of looking at things. We have to become a new people. We have to transform. How are you going to be different when you're the same as the people that you claim that you want to get away from? You have to be different. You have to do things different. You have to look at life differently. There was a brother I hadn't talked to in a long time. And basically he was bragging me. Well, he wasn't bragging, but he was telling me about all these material things. I said, why are you striving to get all these material things? Well, he got a lot of children. Well, he don't have a lot of children. I think he got 2 or 3 grown people, whatever. Why are you busting your butt trying to get all these material things? And chances are you're going to be dead within the next 10, 15 years. For somebody else that would probably throw all that stuff away in one day. Let them get their own. Let them get their own. I'm doing this from, well, I guess you got to do all that for your children because you feel guilt because you should have never brought these people, these children into the world to begin with. So now you feel guilty. Because they shouldn't even be here. I'm building a nation. What nation? This black power crap been around how long? Since the time of Marcus Garvey, over 100 years. They have not established a nation. They have not even established a village. Hell, they haven't even established a house. I'm building a nation. You ain't building a damn thing. All this. You're a slave. You don't know how to do nothing. The only thing you know how to do is take orders. And if you're not taking orders from your massa, you're taking orders from your invisible God. God, what do I do now? What do I do? You got a brain, don't never use it. God, what do I do now? I don't ask God for a damn thing. I sit around, okay, I'm in a certain situation. What can I do? How can I figure this to get out of this? What's my next move? I don't ask God for a damn thing. You praying to God and don't never get an answer. I pray to God and don't never get an answer. Never. I had a dream. That's a dream. That's not an answer. You ask for an answer. You got to go to a dream. You got to go to sleep to get to get an answer. How do you know it's coming from God? We are some silly, immature, silly people. I'm not your savior. I'm not a messiah. I'm not a hero. The only thing we could do is offer suggestion and advice. And if you're smart, you'll say, hey, the truth hurts, but that man is making sense. That's what you would say if you was in your right mind. That hurts my feelings. It do. But this man is making sense. Because this stuff that we're doing, how we're operating, is not working. But we should be shamed. The elders should be shamed to continue to guide and lead younger people in the same manner that did not work for you. I know you like going to church. It don't work. I know you like that Hebrew Israelite stuff. It's not working. I know you like the Pan-African. It's not working. The stuff is not working. Why are we so ashamed and don't want to admit when something don't work? It's like a child trying to put a square peg in a round hole. It's not going to work. I don't care what you do. It's not going to work. Steady doing it because you feel embarrassed. See, a lot of us have spent a lot of time being a loser. That's the problem, and we are embarrassed. I've been in the church for 50 years. You embarrassed to say that you was wrong. I've been in the Nation of Islam for 50 years. You embarrassed because it don't work. And all these other things that we do. You think I wasn't embarrassed? When I come to find out that Elijah Muhammad teaching and all this God stuff, it was wrong? Oh, well. I just took it. I'm like, well, I gotta take the hit. It's just not working. It's not working, people. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna turn the mic over to Taalik. It reminds me back in the day when we go on a family trip and the brother take his family on a family trip and he really don't know how to read a map. And actually his wife can read the map better than he can. But he wants to be the man. And his wife is telling him, I think you made the wrong turn. I got this. I can read the map. I got it, whatever. And so you might finally get what you're going, but you wasted a lot of gas. You wasted a lot of time when all you had to do is listen to your wife who could help you, somebody that could read the map better than you could, and stop being all high and mighty and arrogant like you know it all. You could have been there and enjoy your vacation and got it over with a long time ago. And we still are like that. And we're still like that. We got a lot of pride. A lot of people are in the morgue right now because of pride. That's not going to get you nowhere. Because when it's all said and done, you still can't read a map. When it's all said and done, your wife still can read the map better than you can. You wasting money, wasting time. We're wasting time doing what we're doing. You are a liar, talking about you care about your family. You care about all these children that you put into the world that have no purpose. You are a liar. You're not establishing and setting them up in a better position in life so they can escape the bull doo-doo. And you knew it was bull doo-doo when you brought them into this world. You should be ashamed of yourself. And now you got too much pride to tell your children I was wrong. You got too much pride to tell your children you should never been born until we can establish a place good for you, because we know this is not good for you. So you smile and you skin and grin and you're prideful. And so these poor babies, these children, they inherit the garbage dump. And I knew this was a garbage dump when I was a little boy. I was a little boy, and I said to myself, I don't want to bring no children into this garbage dump. You, a grown man and a grown woman, you decide to bring these poor, innocent children into the garbage dump. I was a baby and knew better. And now you making excuses and won't help them. Because you want to die in peace and happiness. You pieces of trash. I turn the mic over to Brother Taalik.
Yes, brother. Thanks for allowing me on this panel tonight. Just sitting here absorbing what I just heard. First, let me start off. Yes, peace to you, brother Twin Pyramid and Soul Brother 85. I would like to exchange emails with y'all. When just let me know if y'all are willing to do that. But I'm willing to exchange emails because it's out beside brother Taalik. Y'all the only ones on this platform I deal with like that. So let it be known whenever you want to do that, and we could set that up and start communicating as well like that. And also peace to our soul sister Rashida Strober as well, wherever you are. And also to the other folks in the chat room, and that's with us. First of all, let me say this. Speaking of the civil rights generation felling this current day, present day, rather to say Black American generation, I must say that let me start off, before I go further, it's this retired soul brother. Well, I don't even care to even call him a brother, but he's retired as a police officer, and he's shown in a picture with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. back in the 60s, when Martin Luther King Jr. came to this part of Nebraska, and they used this particular guy to protect Martin Luther King Jr. because he was a black cop. And obviously, at that time, the white cops did not want to, protect him while he was here in this area during that time. And so, today, this guy, he's still living, and he profiles darker skinned people, even though he's a retired police, but he still got that cop mentality. And when he see brothers, including myself, but that look like me, walking through a certain area here in the downtown area of the city I live in here in Nebraska, he has this, nick for racially profiling. And I mean, he's darker skinned himself, and he even came out of his own mouth and said that when he first started working here in this particular area here in Nebraska, as a police officer back in the 60s, he said that the racists here was plotting to kill him, so they had to switch him to another district to patrol. Now, all that time, you've been here, and you know how racist these Peckerwoods is here, but you gonna help them to keep their foot on your own people's neck, And I think about it, how many soul brothers and sisters through the years that he did work as a officer, did he, have railroaded to the penitentiary, let alone help sent to the penitentiary statements like that come up because of that mentality that he still exhibits, you know. And this is a guy that's from the civil rights era, okay? And so you got a lot of these people, because I've known people, even in the past, who would sit up and scream about why I marched with Martin Luther King Jr. I marched with him and rap Abernathy. Well, so what, Negro? So what that mean? And most of these people will call the police on you over any little thing. Even when it ain't necessary to call the police, they will call the police on you. These are your ancestors who was out in the streets, you understand, knowing what it was to be called the nigger word, having dogs sicked on them, having water holes sprayed on them, having, racists throwing rocks at them, swinging bats and sticks at them, throwing rocks at them like they did Martin Luther King Jr. in Chicago, and other places, you know what I'm saying? Shooting you down like they did James Meredith while he was just marching, holding up a sign marching, I believe, in Mississippi somewhere. And these are the same people that come from that type of era of hate in this nation. But they exhibit that same type of brutality against their own people today. What was their purpose in even marching and protesting for justice for the so-called Negro in America? And here it is, they gonna treat their younger generation of descendants in the manner that they do. And then turn around and blame us for being the reason for being the way that we are, when they wasn't no better, obviously. Because if they was any better, we wouldn't be doing the crazy, racist stuff that we're doing.
Right.
As a present-day Black American generation. I had to talk with my uncle on the phone tonight. He's kind of an open-minded individual, and I was like, your generation kind of passed the ball on to us, but y'all wasn't perfect. You see what I'm saying? And, he understood, obviously. And we're not better than those born in the 80s, born in the 90s, and born in the early 2000s. You know what I'm saying? We dropped the ball when it came to them. I'm going to repeat that again. We dropped the ball. That's why they out here killing, killing over gang set tripping. Rappers, entertainers, killing each other. Until this rap stuff came along, we ain't hear no common thing with rap, with entertainers killing each other, or gang members killing entertainers or rappers and all that kind of stuff. That wasn't too much common among us as a people. And I was raised off of rap like in the 80s, late 70s and 80s and through the 90s, as I became an adult, But at the same time, I realized how much it's diluted the minds of our people, influenced our people culturally in a diluted manner, to where now all we see is that when we face each other, come in contact with each other, we see a nigga. So I'm ready to kill you. I'm ready to open up on you with this 9mm. See what I'm saying? And all this other crazy stuff, So my thing is that, all these teachings that came through since, like the brother was saying, since Marcus Garvey from 100 years ago, back in the 1920s, you see what I'm saying, was just a simple waste of our time and our energy. And because all that didn't work, now many of us are just giving up on what you call the struggle.
Right.
And saying epic. You know what I'm saying? What's the purpose? Well, the purpose was we didn't do it right.
Right.
See what I'm saying? That's the purpose. Our ancestors, you know, I was looking at this video last night by the same situation when our people first came out of chattel slavery. And they you know, set up a community in Little Rock, Arkansas. As a matter of fact, where one of my grandparents was from. You know, and they set up a community down there. And of course, it flourished. And when Jim Crow kicked in, of course, you know, you had more black, they said, state representatives in Arkansas. And when, you know, Jim Crow kicked in and they voted all them out and pushed them out and started terrorizing our people who was making progress during the time of the Reconstruction era, the same thing happened in Arkansas, where our people's community was destroyed and many took flight to the north, of course, including my grandparents and her siblings, you know, who came north. And of course, that's how I ended up coming about, you know. But like I said, you know, I have to say these people during that time, during the early times, just coming out of slavery, during that period of time, especially in the 1900s, you know, they had more heart than we have today. Like one of the elders said in the video documentary, with so little, they made something out of it.
Right.
We can't even come together and do that today. We can't even unite to do that today because we got so many issues. You know what I'm saying? And we've allowed this integration stuff to divide us so much, like, you know, like you were saying, as far as, well, I got mine, get yours. You know, I got my nice Lamborghini, you know. I got my nice Lincoln Continental. I got my house paid up on. You know what I'm saying? When you still got the, you know what I'm saying, pay them taxes to the Caucasian.
Right.
On all that stuff, and you get it snatched up, right? And they can find a way even then to take it, even if you is paying your taxes. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is that we really ain't got nothing starting with power. And because we don't have nothing, is why the system could still keep, you know, oppressing us with impunity under this racial, you know, system carved out, you know, because we don't have no power to defend against this. This is why we came up with the idea of taking control of a state in the first place. You know, and had our ancestors been successful with that in the South before they got ran out by way of being terrorized by the racists and the KKK back in those days, we wouldn't even be having this kind of conversation. Matter of fact, marching for civil rights in the 50s and 60s wouldn't have been a conversation. We would, because we would have had our own situation set up to where we could suffice ourselves. To the point even today where we might not even be dependent on the races. You see what I'm saying? But fear, like the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, fear for the slave master is what destroyed us. And what's going to destroy us, apparently, if we keep on accepting this abuse. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, we get out here and we get on, you know, we get on these platforms and, you know, we start talking down on one another, start talking down on each other, you know what I'm saying? And not realizing how other ethnicities is looking at us. And this is the reason why you want to wonder why they hate us so much. Well, look what we doing to ourselves, especially people like us who have no power to defend against what we have to deal with every day in society. You see what I'm saying? And when you ain't got no power, and I'm talking about political power, I ain't talking about, you know, depending on Joe Jim Crow, you know what I'm saying, what they call Joe Biden, Joe Jim Crow now, or depending on Kamala Harris, that ain't gonna get it. We got to establish our own political regimen to where we make the laws and control the laws. And until we are in that position, then we just, you know, open for slaughter, as you can see. All these cops that was killing brothers and sisters over these past 2 years, still ain't none of them did time or got no time. Some of them didn't even get charged for it. And only one got convicted for killing George Floyd. The other one still ain't even had their day in court yet. You see what I'm saying? So what that tell you? We are people without power. People without power is a people without respect. And that's just that simple. And all these religions and stuff, which ain't working for us, obviously. You know, all I can say about that, because, you know, I get blue in the face even talking about that. Mm-hmm. You know, and a lot of the people, and I'm talking about the Negro preachers and Negro imams, they know that stuff they talking ain't true. They just trying to get paid. Huh. You see what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, it's this church back where I'm from in Michigan, where I was just looking on a YouTube video, and this church still is locked with gates, with gate chains. Got a fence around it, locked with gate chains, like it's still being constructively worked on. And you know, this church building uncompleted church building been standing there like that since let me see, 2007. We talking about what, 14 years. And I've even called back home and asked people about that. And the only thing I can get is that they claim that they don't got no money to funding to keep constructing on it. Well, what did the pastor do with the millions of dollars that they got to go toward that? You see what I'm saying? So this is nothing but a game. These people know what they doing. This is a modern day con game, like the numbers game was in the 50s and 60s, when our people were, you know what I'm saying, making money like that through, you know, survival means, because they didn't have no other way to get paid. You see what I'm saying? So this religious thing, you know, is becoming a conglomerate industry, you know? And so they use this to, you know, to survive off the suffering of our people. Tell you some stuff you think you want to hear, and, you know, get your money and pocket it. to take care of themselves and their families and leave you out in the cold. I bet you most of them people in the Nation of Islam, 90-some% of them get EBT. Some get SSI, some get Medicaid. You see what I'm saying? But Farrakhan living off the hog, off of all them millions, where him and his family ain't got nothing to want for. You see what I'm saying? And this was the same thing with Dr. Malachi York, which I'm starting to even find out more stuff about that I didn't even realize, even when it related to his criminal case for them children he was molesting, both boys, and you see what I'm saying? And that alone has made me say, you know what? Not only do I not depend on following behind an individual for seeking for leadership, but following, just following behind the ideology, period, unless it's benefiting everybody involved. If it ain't benefiting everybody involved, then it's a con game. And that's all most of what these religions is. It's a con game. And because Malcolm X was one of the first that we know about in history to expose that, when he left the nation, you see how fast he got took out. You see what I'm saying? You know? But had we had more people like him on the scene, we wouldn't even have all this. We'd have been progress further. You see, because people would have knew what the actual real purpose was. You know? Martin Luther King didn't use his Christian religion as a force to drive people behind what he was doing. All he said was, look, I know we all here in the same boat as an oppressed people, and we just gonna try to get some equality. That's all he was trying to do. He wasn't trying to force his religion on nobody. And I don't know too many leaders from among us like that in history. You know? And even Marcus Garvey wasn't trying to force his Christian religion on us. You know? Right. So, you know, like I said, we have come to a point to where we are actually a people that's just on the verge of extermination. I look at other ethnic groups around the world going through the same thing, and we as the so-called Negro in America ain't no different than them. We just buying time before, these races could come at a right given time or opportunity to do what they really want to do with us. All this marching, protesting, even for the past few years, ain't worked. They still blowing our heads off. You know, they just showed recently on a video where they stopped the brother in Louisiana, lied about the fact that they didn't kill him, but the video showed that they killed him. And they still got off. And then you get this black cop that was working in the same department as a Louisiana state trooper, and he started exposing them and even wrote a book about it. And then they terminated him. You see what I'm saying? You know, but my thing is this. You know, we all need, as descendants of slaves, 40-some million of us, we need to come to a clear understanding that unless we save ourselves, ain't nobody gonna do it. You know, we done tried all this other stuff and we see it ain't worked. this is why people don't want to deal with this platform, because they know that's all we gonna bring is the real on that though.
Exactly.
You know, and they know that we ain't got time to be sitting up discussing no African spirituality, no Hebrewism, no Christianityism or Islamism, and none of that. We ain't got time for that. We are drowned as a people right now. You see, we are endangered species. Like we used to hear the pro-black conscious community use as a narrative. Well, yes, that's true. We are an endangered species on the brink of extermination. And I don't care how many tens of millions of us it is. Like I say, you have populations of different ethnic groups or indigenous groups all over the planet that get wiped out all the time on every continent that you can think of. And we won't be the first and probably won't be the last. We just buying time. You see, they don't care nothing about no civil rights. And even if they did pass the George Floyd Act, which they having a hard time doing. You know what I'm saying? Because them racists in Washington. You know what I'm saying? Trying to put a hold on that, you know? Even if they did do that, where they passed that, where the police would no longer have immunity, but will be subjected to prosecution just like anybody else when they kill people. Well, that law still won't work, because they'll just keep killing us. Because we ain't got no power. We got laws that's supposed to be protecting us now, but ain't working for us. Why? Because we ain't got no power.
Mm-hmm.
See? So, I mean, this is why it's so important for us to take control of the state. Because we don't have no power at this time. These white folks want to come round us up like them Nazis did, them Jews in Germany, and take us off the concentration camps and do away with us anywhere they want to. They could. They got the power to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't have to have no explanation. Just like the way they killing us. Left and right. Ain't nobody going to jail over it. They ain't got to have no explanation. They just see your black ass, bam. There it is. Wake up, people. It's serious. You know? Y'all sitting around here, you know what I'm saying, smoking your oat blunts, smoking your crack, smoking your meth. For those of you that smoke meth, do heroin or whatever, 2 powder cane, drink 40 ounces all day and just sit around and get high and talk bull crap. You know what I'm saying? This is the plan they got for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? This is what they got for you. This is why they keep filling up the penitentiaries with nothing but us. Even in white populated states like here in Nebraska. Why is there so many more blacks than anybody? But we only 1% in this state. You see what I'm saying? There's a reason for that. You go to a white populated state and you still got more people that don't look European locked up. That's saying something. And you got, of course, 80% of the people committing crimes in this country that are Caucasian. There's something wrong with that picture. You see what I'm saying? And I'm talking about 80% that's getting caught. There's something wrong with that picture. It is something wrong with that picture. And y'all can't even see that because y'all so caught in y'all spooky way of thinking, especially with that religious stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know, Most of the, you know, and then what's so crazy about it is, you know, brother, me to have been in the prison system, you know, I've seen so many of our brothers and sisters who worked in there, in that system, to help the oppressor keep their foot on our neck.
Mm-hmm.
Also, some of these people were actually not only Muslims, but Masons, so-called Black Masons, and even one or two was Nuwabi, who was in the same organization. I'm like, what the hell y'all doing working in a place like this? And y'all supposed to have all that type of supreme knowledge and wisdom, you know? This is the thing, this first thing I'm thinking in the back of my mind, wait a minute, hold up. What kind of pro-Black teachers is y'all studying?
Mm-hmm.
Working jobs like this, knowing this ain't nothing geared but to oppress us. There's thousands of different type of occupations you can find as a job, but other than to become some type of law enforcement issue, you know what I'm saying? You got a lot of them working in the police departments. But what purpose is that serving? You know, county deputy sheriffs. A lot of them, when I had to spend a stint in Georgia, I remember when I was going back and forth to court, when I was in Fulton County in Atlanta, there was numbers of them that was following Louis Farrakhan that worked up in there as deputy sheriff. Actually following Farrakhan. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what? And the teachers of Elijah Muhammad said, they not even supposed to be working in no law enforcement or government type of job under the racist constructed system. You see what I'm saying? But this is what you get. So no matter what type of teachings you have that's supposed to spell black or pro-black or this and that, it's more worse than a Christian. You know what I'm saying? It's a deeper depth than Christianity.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and this is why, and I mean, you know, like with them Hebrew Israelites, well, at least the Hebrew Israelites is out in the streets doing this and doing. First of all, the new Nuwabians was out in the streets, setting up tables, selling things, propagating. But where they at now? They not even a fraction of the organization they was since they leader been locked up.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see the Hebrew Israelite sect under Yahweh been Yahweh around too much since he been locked up and dead and gone. You see? So I mean, it's like, you know, what purpose did y'all serve? You see what I'm saying? And then most of these organizations don't do nothing but use and abuse and attack other black people. I never see none of them going out with that same energy attacking the racists in any kind of way. So I mean, you know, this is just crazy, and this is the reason why I honestly, you know, and I just want to share this since our brother is on here with us. There's some things that me and Taalik have not seen eye to eye with, but that's okay. You know what I'm saying? But he knows that I'm passionate on the things that he don't agree with. You see what I'm saying? When it comes to one thing about, which I've talked about even in videos on my own personal channel, which you could go subscribe to, called Eric Bell, you know, where I've actually talked about one day, if I could, leaving this country. But I know that's not the answer. Let me say this again. I know that's not the answer. Because with millions of us, we can come together and carve out a future for ourselves. and our people and our future generations to come behind us. If we stop being punks and cowards, well, we won't have to lead a country and expatriate to other places around the world just to feel like we didn't all of a sudden sought out a new freedom somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Well, people like Stevie Wonder wouldn't have to go to Ghana because he feared for his children getting killed by some racist cops in this country. You see what I'm saying? Or rather his grandchildren. You know? So I mean, it's like I'm just sitting up there, you know, like when is the so-called Negro gonna wake up? And I ain't talking about the older ones from the civil rights. You know, they set in their own ways. They're about to die anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm not even worried about them. I'm talking about us that's still young and you know what I'm saying, and vibrant and strong enough to get out here and make it happen. You see what I'm saying? Because that old generation, they done.
Yeah.
We basically in our 50s, like me and Brother Taalik, we done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's up to the younger generation now to take the baton and do something different. To make our reality different. You know how I feel about, wanting to distance myself from other soul people? Because I don't want to be bothered with that stupid shit. Excuse my French.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be bothered with that ignorant stuff. Time I look up a brother look like, I mean, hell, we can't tell every day in this country dealing with the racists. Then we got the cartel dealing with each other at the same time too. I mean, this is why you got some of us pulling pistols to our heads, blowing our own heads off. As an easy way out this existence, because this is a hell existence we in.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just the reality of it. This is actually a hell existence that we are in. And if we don't wake up and understand and realize that, then we deserve to be exterminated. You know, we really do. And I just want to say something, too, about right now. Something I feel right now that I really feel that need to be heard and said. And that need to really be, and that really needs to be, examined. You know, you hear a lot of our people saying, well, we do need black police officers and black deputies around this country, and black correction officers when they lock us up or whatever. First of all, why are we even trying to get locked up? You see what I'm saying? And then another thing is, I look at a lot of these black people that go to colleges, like even in this college town I live in, and you know what their main major is? Criminal justice. They're always talking about they in the criminal justice. All the other different degrees they could be seeking, like being a doctor or engineer, something that will be more beneficial and helpful to us as a community and as a people, but they want to get into criminal justice. And if you go all over the United States, especially where it's a lot of us concentrated at, you see more black people that's hired into law enforcement than anything else. You see what I'm saying? And that's a travesty in itself. Because they're working in a system, not only that don't give a damn about people that look like them, but don't give a damn about them. and the few that is trying to be too much right, that's even exposing they fellow law enforcement colleagues, whether they be dark skinned or Caucasian, they getting bumped off or getting fired. Like that soul brother who I was talking about that was working as a state trooper in Louisiana. He's about to get terminated. You see what I'm saying? Because he spoke out against the injustices. And guess who was the first one to fire him? A black or state trooper chief that he was under. Yeah. Another black police. You see what I'm saying? So, and I mean, I be looking at these police, these black police, how they be getting treated all over the country. This is recently, this racist Peckerwood left a KKK note on this black police chief or the sergeant's police chief desk in the state of Ohio. Even though they terminated the races, but it's just the fact that they don't want your ass around them. You know, they don't care how much you call yourself wanting to serve and protect the community. They don't want you around them. I've seen videos where black police officers who was actually working was getting beat down by their white colleagues, handcuffed, getting them beat down while they trying to show them the badge, like, look, I'm one of y'all. They don't care nothing about that. You still a nigga. You are still a nigga. Plain out. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta always remember that far as the racist, you know, coming from the racist understanding, you know? And this is why I don't understand, especially in these major cities like where I'm from, D.C., Baltimore, even in New York City, Atlanta, New Orleans, you know, L.A., these cops, you know, do what they do. These black cops do what they do. Plant evidence, false evidence to help get their own soul brothers and sisters sent to the penitentiary on some BS. You know what I'm saying? This is real. These people that look like you. You know? And this is the reason why I say, like I say, I don't shed no tear when something happened to one of them. Mm-hmm. I shed no tear. I mean, yeah, should nobody have to die? But I shed no tear. Because they ain't doing nothing but stepping on people's neck for these races that don't give a damn about them. I just got done speaking about a individual that's here, locally where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Who could have lost his life 50-some years ago just because they seen a nigga. You know, they don't care nothing about your uniform or badge. You still a nigga, especially when you come up out of it. You know what I'm saying? And this is all over the United States. You know? I still, you know, and I speak passionately about this because I've had encounters with Caucasian cops, I've had encounters with black cops, and I know how wretched black cops can be, okay? I know some that I still believe that personally had a friend of mine killed that owned a business, a legitimate business. He worked, 20-some years for these Koreans, and they turned over their business to him because he was an employee, you know. And you know, they ended up, they tried to dig up some criminal stuff on him. You know what I'm saying? And the next thing you know, they ended up, he ended up dead. And they quietly just oozed on out the way after that. And his place of business, they was coming there every day. Like they was trying to check up on things to make sure people were safe. But they wasn't going to them Arab businesses or them Korean businesses like that. Because them Koreans and Arabs wasn't going to have that. Okay? But the fact of the matter is that, you understand me, they would always come to his place of business. Then one of them one day, and I wasn't even there. It happened so one of them days I wasn't even there. And they ran up in the store and went to going through the man's important papers and stuff, like they was raiding the joint or something. And I'm like, what? They didn't even have no warrant to do it or anything. And this was one of the cops they used to regularly come around. So you had the Starsky and Hutch type thing going. One playing a good cop and one playing a bad cop. But I seriously, this day, because he's been dead since, 2009, and that's been, I would say, it's 2021. So that would have been, 12 years or something, brother? Something like that. Yeah, he been dead 12 years. You know? And I believe them police played a part in it. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, man, you know, we got to deal with what we got to deal with dealing with the white Caucasian cop. It's the same thing we got to deal with cops that look like us. That's supposed to be protecting us against them, if anything. But of course, they on their payroll, so you know how they go. Because we don't have power when we should. Power will guarantee us to have our own police protect us, and not someone under the Caucasians' payroll. You see what I'm saying? So you know, this is the position we in. We on our own. We ain't got no protection from nobody.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just how that is. You know, this is a very serious time we living in this country as a people. You know, and I know, and I want to say this again. I know Brother Taalik don't agree with this, and I don't agree wholly with this either. About leaving the country. But I'm going to say this. If we can't come together and take control of a state to carve out a protection regimen for ourselves and our people and our future generations to come behind, then, hey, do what you got to do. Because, hey, this is getting worse and worse every day. You know, we just out here dying for nothing. You know, some type of gang member in Chicago just killed the rapper and his over what? You know, same thing I was talking about earlier. Entertainers getting killed. You know, it's just crazy. Rappers killing each other over what? You know, video just dying. A DJ, a brother, he was a soul brother, he was a DJ. What number 26 years old? They said he wasn't the type that was into having enemies either. But somebody close to him killed him. Opened fire on him, you know? Number 26 years old. I mean, these people dying young out here. You know what I'm saying? So this is what we're dealing with as soul people.
Mm-hmm.
Because we don't have no cohesive unity pact going with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what's going to keep happening to us. You know, this is what's going to keep happening to us. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. I mean, we out here, we all over the place. We just doing whatever we want to do. Just doing whatever. You even got the soul sisters that just got as worse as the soul brothers. Doing self-type stuff. Robbing folks. Robbing elderly people. Setting up other brothers. You know what I'm saying? And all this other crazy stuff. You know? This is why it's hard to trust somebody to even have a relationship with. Even in a marriage relationship. You know? You got brothers, soul brothers who don't want to be responsible when it comes to taking care of their kids because they know they got to pay their child support, so they end all matters by blowing the woman's head off and the kids' heads off. You know? It's like it was a brother in Minnesota I heard about recently. His face was all over the news nationally. And I don't really talk about too much about the news, but it's just part of the reality of exposing what we're going through. You know, this brother in Minnesota, you know, he had an argument with some people up in Minnesota because of the fact that he fathered 6 kids and they was calling him out on it. I guess like why he ain't being responsible as a father of the 6 kids, and next thing you know, he kills them all. This what about 5 or 6 different people he done killed, female and male, and then drove their body and put them all in the trunk and drove their body to Wisconsin and dumped them off there. And then his father helped him to get rid of the bodies, I guess, and so they caught up with him and arrested him. Now he's gonna get extradited from Arizona back to Minnesota. And this is, you know, we doing all this crazy stuff to each other. You know, I mean, it's just getting out of hand. You know, and this is what we not addressing. This is why I keep talking about. When are we gonna address us killing each other? First, take control of the state. So we can do that because we need to do that. But we got to have power to address this. Because trying to address this, and I know it's a few of our people out there that's willing to address this, but that's few and many. But we have to take control of a state where we can address this fully and effectively. Where, you know, we won't even have the racists in a way to have any say about this, of how we deal with those that commit acts against each other among us in our community. You see what I'm saying? And this is how it needs to be done. Every other community do it. I never forget it was an Arab brother in the mosque I ran it 2 years ago in Detroit. And he told me in the local community, Arab community they had in the Detroit area, you know, he told me that when the police come, after somebody done called them, they ask what's going on, and they say, look, y'all willing to straighten this out amongst yourselves as long as it ain't no violence or nothing? We ain't gonna even get involved. You see what I'm saying? And here it is, we've been here more hundreds of years than they have. And we can't even work with each other like that. Oh, because we got that no snitching policy, right? And get the hell out of here. You know what I'm saying? That's what's wrong with us now. We got a no snitching policy. Snitches get stitches and all this old bull crap, you know? So that means somebody dragged your elderly grandfather or mother out the house, start beating them close within an inch of their life, Why they trying to rob them for whatever little stuff they got? If somebody willing to call the police, that's snitching too, right? Man, get out of here with that. That disgusts me, you know, with our people. And this is how our generation, especially born in the 60s, like me and Taalik, and those of us who born in the 70s, have failed our current younger generation of people. And this is why they running out around here without a care. You know, a lot of them, the ones born in the, especially in the 90s and early 2000s, they don't even have no coping mechanism skills when it comes to you know, knowing how to resolve issues without going to violence over it. They don't have that. 90-some% of them, I guarantee you, you can't even talk to them because they ready to pull out a pistol. Especially if they can't use their hands, they ready to pull out a pistol, you know? And this is the mentality, this is what we bred in this society because we dropped the ball on. You see what I'm saying? But yet, we want to sit up here and worry about, you know, constantly when I'm going to pay my next gas bill, my next rent bill. You know, I'm going to keep my job, when I'm going to get another job, how I'm going to find a job, and this and that. You know, you got your youth running around here naked. You know what I'm saying? You can bump these babies in the world, and you ain't even put no protection around them. But you worried about a damn job. How you gonna get some cognac? How you gonna get your weed and your crack and your Black and Miles, you know? And sit up and go party. You know, wave like you just don't care. You know what I'm saying? This is just the mentality with us today. This is why we don't even compare with the civil rights era of our people from the past, or even our other generations of people before them. We don't even compare because we're uniquely different. Just look at how we carry ourselves. Want to go to the, you know, shake a booty club and make it rain, you know, and all this crazy stuff. Or risk getting shot or robbed up in there. You know, and all that kind of stuff. You know, this is what we dealing with every day as a people. You know, it's just like being actually incarcerated in an institution where you walking around and you ain't smiling. And a guard walk up to you and ask you why you ain't smiling. What the hell is this to smile about? You know, when somebody locked up. You see what I'm saying? That ain't nothing to be happy about. That ain't no existence to be happy with. And that's the same thing with us being in this slave-like existence. It ain't nothing to be walking around, being happy in. You know? Shit is for real. Excuse my French, but it's for real. That's exactly where we at in overall society as a people. And that's what we dealing with when it comes to this slave-like condition that we are under. Being racially profiled every day. Wondering if we gonna lose our freedom, especially over some BS. Or wondering if we gonna lose our life, probably over some BS. You see what I'm saying? This is what you're dealing with. This ain't no game. This is why I don't get on social media all the time and talk about just anything. Our lives is at stake every day. It's dark-skinned descendants of slaves born in America. Our lives is at stake every day. Every day we walk out that door, we better hope we make it back in one piece, free and alive and free. But we can walk behind and close our own door behind us and lock our own door behind us. You see what I'm saying? That's the reality. Because we don't have no protection. You know? And this is the very reason why I don't have patience too much for Negroes. You know, talk about each other, especially getting all on social media, putting each other's personal business out, even putting each other's criminal paths out on like what that got to do with anything, especially because y'all disagree with each other about something. So now you got to start putting each other's personal business out. I mean, is this what the pro-black conscious community then totally became of? Humiliating each other, ostracizing each other? Well then, yeah, definitely, that's something I definitely don't want to be a part of. And like I said, when I watched that brother get on that brother Chuck Morgan's channel, you know, because he's the best brother when it comes to exposing the Nuwabians with a lot of information that he has. And I say go to his channel for those of you, especially if y'all are ex-Nuwabians like me, go to his channel. You know, he exposes a lot of stuff about this character, Dr. York. You know, I mean, it's crazy. Because I mean, man, I don't even think I would be having this conversation had I not even got into the pro-black conscious teachings. I'm going to just be honest. You know, I might have not have been, I probably would have had some type of awareness of my position as a person in this society, but I wouldn't have been caught up in them pro-black conscious teachings like that. You know? And quiet as kept. You know, the first people I listened to was Malcolm X and Louis Farrakhan before I ever knew who Dr. York was, you know? To be honest with you. You know? But like I said, yeah, it's just crazy. You know? And I'm not saying I didn't get nothing positive about them Nuwabian teachers, but I know I got a bunch of more negative stuff up out of it than positive stuff. And the positive stuff I could use, I could take that, and if it could apply to what we need to do as a people, then hey, to help us get the job done, I'm okay with that. But all the other negative stuff, especially that religious and spirituality bull crap, you know, that can miss me, for real. But like I said, you know, yeah, it's just crazy what we dealing with right now. You know, we can't, you know, and as far as, you know, like brother was talking, piggybacking off what he was saying about bringing children in this world, I still honestly think about that. I wrestle with that, but in actuality, because the difference is with me today is that I know if I do bring a child in this messed up, you know, complicated situation, that guilt is going to be on me till the day I die. And I don't need that. You know? Just bring them here to go through the crap I had to go through from day one. You see what I'm saying? Nah. You know, that's even being selfish. Doing another human being like that, then turn around and don't give a damn about them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's just not cool. That's not cool at all. You know. So I mean, you know, we have to understand and realize this is for real. This crap. This is for real. You know, our lives is at stake. You know, and you know, I don't, man, listen, let me tell you something, man. If I had a choice to die without pain, trust me, I wouldn't even hesitate to make it happen like that. You know? Because this is a hell existence. You know? I was talking to a relative today on the phone. You know? Talking about when people die, we need to celebrate them. You know? Hey, that's all good and dandy. But cremate me, you know? And even if I had it like that, I wouldn't want to have no thousands spent on me. Just cremate me, you know? Because I'd rather go and leave out of here than like the way I came in. You know? And it's just that simple. You know? This ain't no you know, this ain't no parade thing, heavenly thing to even be celebrating. Celebrating that you came in hell and now that you're leaving, that don't even make sense, you know? So, I mean, but hey, it is what it is. Everybody each his own, you know, and how they look at that. But I know coming in this hell and leaving out this hell, ain't nothing to celebrate about that. Celebrate suffering, because that's all you was doing. That's all you doing when you still breathing is suffering. Being a damn slave, you know? And like I said, man, I mean, we need to understand and recognize that you know, we don't have no power. We're not in no position to fight against whatever these people want to do with us or are doing to us. We don't have no power at all. And the black politicians, you know, is too cowardly to stand up for us. They too coward to stand up. They just standing in the way. They just a symbol. I wouldn't even call them that. Because it ain't doing us no good as a people. We even had a so-called black president. What did that do for us? So you could say we had a black president, you know? So you could say we had a black governor, a black mayor, a black city council. What's that doing for us? That ain't putting no protection around us whatsoever. You know? Like KIS once said, you know, we had 366 mayors, but we still got this crazy stuff going on with us as a people. Well, we still domesticatedly divided, desecrated, you know, disunited, confused, you know, for people without, you know what I'm saying, power. We're the only people in this world that don't command no real type of political power. The black American is the only people on this earth that do not command no power to where we can politically put some protection around ourselves. And that's just a fact. We can talk about them brothers and sisters from Africa and the Caribbean, but at least they got a country. Although that ain't doing them no good, but at least they ain't got to be up under the peckerwood like we is. Dealing with the crap like we deal with here in America. That's one thing they ain't got to worry about. Being racially profiled because somebody see the nigger word, you know? So we can talk all we want to about what they going through. They situation is quite different from ours. You know? The only thing they need to do is just get their stuff together and stop running to America and Europe. or stop trying to get their former European colonists to come back. They help straighten things out. You see what I'm saying? I mean, see, it's just so confusing and backwards, you know? You fought for independence, now you calling your oppressor back to come help. Look at Haiti. A prime example, you know? It don't make no sense. And they still paying reparations to the French for liberating themselves from their French oppressors. You see what I'm saying? Like some of them countries in Africa still doing. You know, paying reparations to them European countries for being so-called independent of them. You know, that just don't make no sense. So yeah, man, but we definitely are in the worst position because we ain't got no land. We ain't got no official government behind us to back us up. That's a big difference. When you got land and official government to back you up, then we can start making some real demands. And not getting out there with a sign talking about I'm a man. Black lives matter and all that. Like they really care about that. We won't have to be worried about that. You know? We have our own police protecting us. Why if we are out there marching instead of trying to kill us during the so-called peaceful protests? You know? So I mean that's just this is just the stuff we dealing with. So yes, we are in a worse position as unquote indigenous Black Americans in this country. We are in a more worse position than anybody else, and we don't even realize it. You know, we say we the smartest, darkest skinned people on earth because we got more access to what America offers, but we ain't got nothing to show for it. We ain't got no real power to show for it. And that makes a big difference. You know? We got all this knowledge, supreme wisdom, these degrees, these, you know, all these skills we got. But look at us. Look where we are as a community. Most of us are underpowered, are under the poverty line. 90% of us are under the poverty line. There's only a few of us that's above the poverty line. But yet we call ourselves a nation. Yeah, a nation that's impoverished and ain't got no kind of power or no kind of land to back us up. Man, get out of here. You know? That's why the United Nations can't intervene on our behalf. Because we're not set up to be an autonomous nation of people. Like you think the United Nations ain't doing nothing for us. You know, yeah, Malcolm X came closer than anybody by trying to use that as a platform to stand on our behalf, you know. But we ain't got no power. So like I said, with no power, you ain't got no protection. And it's just that simple. Without no power, you ain't got no protection. They can do whatever they want to do to you. And then I want to say, and before I close out, I also want to say this too. It's unfortunately, brothers and sisters, soul brothers and sisters here in America, that we got to watch out for our own kind that's being used by these races. From the political, from the highest ladder on down. From the highest ladder on down. You know? We not, you know, in gangs and all this stuff. That's why they dropping guns off in our neighborhoods, like they do, especially in places like Chicago, because they know we gonna pick them up. We know they ain't gonna go use them on the real enemy, but they know we gonna go use them on each other. You see what I'm saying? And also, they know that our people are so gullible in the way of our current present thinking mentality that they can use us to kill each other. And they ain't got to even pull a trigger. To be quiet as kept and honest about that, you know? It goes on everywhere here in this country, you know? And that's what's happening right now. Because we ain't got no power and protection around us. All that goes back to not having power, you know? And the thing about it is that, you know, we always sitting up here, you know, wondering when some Messiah gonna come through or some Savior gonna come through, which that's been disproven. You know what I'm saying? Jesus was supposed to have been here, what? In 2000? When 2,000 years is up, he ain't came yet. Wake up. What you waiting on? You know, they tried to sell that same bull crap narrative in the Nubian ideology, teachings of Dr. Malachi Z. York. You know, that it was going to be the real Messiah coming after him. He was just supposed to have been preparing to wait. Well, he in the penitentiary. And this Messiah ain't never coming. You see? So, you know, like I said, I mean, this is what we're dealing with, you know? And so, long as we stay caught up in spooky land, this is what we gonna keep getting. Like you say, you want to keep playing games, you're gonna keep getting stupid surprises. And this is our situation as indigenous Black Americans, or what's happening right now. You know? And that's just straight up. You know? You know, I mean, you just think this is a game. This is not no game. Caught up in all this entertainment, sport and play, all this other stuff. Half us don't even turn our TVs on if we got it. Half us don't even, when we do get on our phones or laptops and look on the internet, we always caught up in this rap stuff, this entertainment stuff. Entertainment. You know? But we don't even look at the news of what's going on in the world. You know? What the hell happening to us? You know what I'm saying? You know? We're not even looking at that. Because we are, you understand, so against each other. We so blind. We don't even know who the enemy is no more. Our ancestors, at least they knew who the enemy was. We don't even know who the enemy is. You see what I'm saying? We don't even know who the enemy is no more. That's like I said when I first started. When we see each other, we see the nigger word. That's all we see. And those of you that call yourself gods and goddesses, deep down in the heart, when you see somebody that look like you, you don't see them as no god or goddesses. You see them as the nigger word. Especially when you get mad at them. Oh, that nigger. You know what I'm saying? That's what you see. So this is why we got what we got. This is why we got the violence going on like it is. You know, we even killing our parents now. It done got so bad when we killing our own parents, our mothers and fathers. Coming out the clear blue. I was just looking, it was a while back, recently ago, but it wasn't too long ago. The soul brother, him and his son was having a shootout in Atlanta. Both of them, as a matter of fact, they were showing on video, but they was both busting caps at each other. All because the son wouldn't hand the gun over to his father like he asked him to. So his son decided to, pull it out on him, and so they started busting at each other. You know what I'm saying? This kind of stuff. You know, this is real. This is real out here. You know, this is the reason why, like I said, you know, no one respects us. And you have to expect that. When you don't respect yourselves, how in the hell you going to expect somebody else to respect you? You know? You run around here talking about Black Lives Matter, but you don't have that same energy when it comes to killing each other. You know? So how you expect the police or anybody else to respect you when you feel that way about each other? You know? Come on. You know? I mean, like I said, all you caught up on is what, how I'm going to get my next dollar, how I'm going to get my next bread. Well, first of all, if you had power, we wouldn't even have to worry about that. Because we'd be in a position to where you wouldn't have nobody jobless, homeless. Everybody has some kind of job. Everybody have somewhere to live. Everybody have food on the table. But because we don't commonly, collectively think like we should, then this is the result of it. That's why every other nationality could come to this country and thrive more faster and better than us. While we've been here over 400 years. They come over here and get and excel past us, you know? Because they got unity, right? They got unity. So they could excel right past us because they got unity. Something we don't have. That's why you can't blame the Afghanistan. That's why you can't blame the Iranians. They come here. You know? The Ukrainians and these other people that come here, the Chinese, they come here. Because one thing they understand is unity. It's us first. And so those of you that's in the pro-Black conscious community, if you really thought like that, as Black first or us first, then you wouldn't be having all this division, right? You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, this is what we're dealing with. You know? I mean, you know, you're killing each other based on gang, affiliation, or based on the city or state you from, what region of the country you from. Oh, I don't like that nigga because he this, so I'm going to blow his head off. This is the type of mentality we got. You see what I'm saying? I saw it in the penitentiary. I'm going to stab this nigga because I don't like him because he from Atlanta or he from Savannah. You know? Or this nigga from Chicago, so I'm going to blow his head off, or he from Detroit because he from Baltimore. I don't like no nigga from the East Coast. So I'm going to blow his head off. This the mentality of why you come into our city. What you want in our city. You see what I'm saying? White folks don't have that type of mentality. Matter of fact, even in the penitentiary, they don't have that type of mentality. I don't give a damn where they from. They could be from the smallest hick towns, from the biggest of cities. They gonna stick together. Same thing with the Mexicans, you know? But we the only people that don't have no unity like that, because we see the nigga word. And of course, that's the word that our slave oppressor gave us, or identified us by, like they've been doing for over 400 years. You see what I'm saying? So this is what we get. You know? This is hate. I mean, you know? And this is where self-hatred is. Comes from. I mean, first of all, we was already divided before the cracker even came over here. You know? So for us to already have that self-hatred from then embedded in us, only carried over in slavery up to now. That's why it's almost impossible for us to come together. You know? But I guess I got to keep trying and can't give up on our people, you know? But that's just the reality of it. We just about done. Unless the younger generation step up to the plate and stop this craziness, we gonna see more generations of our people like this. If it's even more generations of our people. Because we keep getting lost to the prison system or to the streets. That's just the reality of it, you know? So, I mean, hey, you know, at the end of the day, you know, we on our own. You know, and for those of you out there that keep popping that reparations crap, let me say this here. The folks at the top in the political spectrum of this country have already told you, ain't nothing happening with reparations. So we got to take our own reparations. It's just that simple. You know, and those of you that even know that just want to be comfortable Negroes. You know? So, I mean, keep being a comfortable Negro and keep getting what you get. And that means either a dead one, you know, or just a straight up slave until indefinitely. Because that's all this is. You know? Yeah, we may not be picking cotton like our ancestors were. But remember, slavery come in different forms. You know? That's why they told you in the 13th Amendment that slavery still exists in the United States. They put that clause in there for a reason. You know? And you put that clause in there, you understand, it's no other plain, clear understanding other than that slavery still exists in the United States. You know? So, like I said, you know, y'all need to wake up and understand this. We have no respect as a people. the same thing. I don't care how much you try to separate yourself, you know, from other soul people. You still gonna be looked at or bunched in together as the same way. I don't care if you pissy poor or so-called filthy rich or whatever. You still gonna be looked at as the nigger word. And it's just that simple. You know? I don't care if you got a mansion in Beverly Hills outside LA. They gonna spray paint some stuff with Nazi graffiti like they did LeBron James. I don't care nothing about your millions of dollars or your fame. You still a nigger word. You know? You need to wake up and realize that. It's just that simple. You know, it's just that simple. It's just that damn simple, you know? You know, I mean, and I'm gonna tell you this too, you know, you have groups around this country that's preparing for race wars, like with the Aryan Nation and these other white supremacist organizations with more power than them. That was up under people dealing with people like Trump, you know? And these people, they constantly at work. Because they not going to give up easily what they have. So they ready to go to war, you know? Their mentality is, that's why most of them voted for Trump. Because their mentality is before we see a Negro have anything, we going to let the country go down. So that's what you're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what you're dealing with. So, I mean, hey, this is just the reality of it, family. You need to wake up and understand that, you know? You need to wake up and understand that. You know, we have pink trash in this country that people like Trump don't give a damn about, but they will vote for him, as you saw in the last election, just to make sure that the so-called American Negro don't have nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's just like where I'm at right now, right? This has always been a majority white city, right? As soon as blacks start coming here, all of a sudden now, it ain't like it used to be. Because they can't accept, even according to population differences, that the world is changing around them. So they're getting crazy and crazy. You see what I'm saying? So now, they want to, you know what I'm saying, start these so-called race wars and all this other crazy stuff, you know? And we're not looking out for that. Right? What you think all that gentrification is about? Money. But also because of the color of your skin, too. You know? I can't even go around certain places no more where I'm from because of gentrification. You know? I mean, even during the so-called when the civil rights movement, you know, like I seen in the video I was watching yesterday about this community, this black community in Little Rock, Arkansas. They use federal government grants to regentrify, like they did many places around the country at that time. And we waking up and we seeing it go on again. That's why you seeing Washington D.C., the face of Washington D.C. changing. That's been considered as a predominant black city, you know? But because of gentrification, they trying to push black people out of there. So we got to deal with all this kind of stuff because we ain't got no power. This is why we don't have no communities, you know? Because we ain't got no power. We don't have no power. We have no power at all. We ain't got no power. This is why they keep doing us the way they doing us. Because we ain't got no power to stand on. We don't have no state to back us, let alone the damn country, you know? So this is why we keep finding ourselves in the situation we in. And to be quite honest with you, we doing worse than our ancestors was. You say you know your history, and if you do, then you would know what I'm talking about. You know? We doing worse than our ancestors. They had little or nothing and made it better off than we did. It was laws to keep them having little or nothing, and they still made something out of something. And we can't even come together and do that when we supposed to have more than what they had, you know? And that's just a damn shame. That really is a damn shame, you know? That is a damn shame. This is the reason why we need to take control of a state. You know, we just wasn't coming on here blabbering because we was talking about taking control of a state like Mississippi. This is for a reason, and this is real. We ain't got no power, and without no power, we ain't got no respect. How many times do I got to keep repeating that, you know? We've always caught up on this little tiddly-bitty stuff, tiddly-wink stuff, you know? Fighting and arguing over that. And, you know, like little children. You know what I'm saying? So this is what you get. This is definitely what you get. You know? You need to understand and wake up. This is for real. We you know, we need to, I mean, you know, hey, I mean, it's just crazy. You know, supposed to have these pro-black organizations like the Nation of Islam, the New Black Panther Party, you know, the African Republic Party. Where are they at? While people was going through all this. They ain't out there in the streets with their boots on the ground. They sitting behind some desks, twiddling with a pen behind a rostrum, running their mouth every Friday or Sunday or Saturday, talking about nothing but a bunch of bull crap. You know? I'm sick of it. I really am. I'm sick of it. That's why you don't hear me. That's why I don't even be on my own channel making videos on a frequent basis as I was. Y'all might see videos I made most of them months ago. I just came out, put a recent one, posted it up the other day to part 2. I'm trying to still get the part 1 posted up there, but because of technical difficulties, I'm wrestling with that. But I usually don't even post videos on my page like I was. Because I'm just tired. You know? sick of it. We ought to know better than this by now as a people. That's just for real. Like somebody say, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired, you know? That's just the reality of the situation. You know? And we need to understand and wake up and realize this. And those youth out there, you know, brothers and sisters, not just brothers, but sisters too. You got children, you need to be trying to straighten them in the right direction from all that. Be responsible like men and women. Because that's all we got is our future generations. At least steer them in a direction. This is why we need to take control of the state. So we can put them in a position to carry us on into a better future. And those of you with children, you need to realize that. We need to put them in a position, not in the position that we're in, but in a better position. We're taking control of the state so that we can have them to carry on and to hopefully carry us to complete freedom as a people, you know, because that's all we got. You know, we damaged goods. Even those born in the 80s, they headed in that direction, if not already, you know. So, I mean, you know, hey, we need to you know, snap up out this bull crap we own and get it together, you know, for real, because this ain't no game. We dying out here, you know, we dying even faster than the ants is. The ants and the bees got more sense than we got, you know. And that's a daggone shame. We talking about an insect creature, got more sense than the biggest specimen creature on earth that's supposed to have the most intelligence. And we don't even lack even a 1% of the intelligence that they got. You know, I don't care what we say, our actions don't show it. You know? So, you know, like I said, you know, that's the situation we're in right now as a people, as dark-skinned descendants of slaves born in America. And, I mean, you know, hey, with that said, I'm going to rest my mic and I'm going to let our brother carry us on now to do whatever he want to do with this, because I'm just a guest tonight on the show. But, you know, I just wanted to just throw that out there. You know, just to let y'all know, hey, we are in a very dire situation as people. You know, and this is why we're not taking no mess from Reality Temple on Earth. We're not taking no mess from Operation Exodus of Mississippi. We're not taking no mess. If you're not serious about this campaign we on to liberate us so we can really know what it is to have true freedom as a people in this nation, then don't even come on this platform. And as far as I'm concerned, you can even stay out the comment section too. Even though I know you're going to pop up in the comment section, but you really need to stay out the comment section too. Because we don't need no bull crap. We focus on what we need to do. Because it might be too late. It might just be too late. While we sitting up here bull crapping around, trying to be a comparable Negro slave, you know? It might be too late. We might just be headed to the ravine, like somebody say, you know? So, I mean, you know, and I mean, you know, people all mixed up in their emotions. I mean, if you are gonna come to this platform with some incentive to this solution, what this platform represents, as us as a people, go when it comes to liberation. Don't come with your feelings. And if you don't agree with some of the stuff we say, then try to work with us on the basis of what you can agree with. And leave the rest to yourself. Because we don't need that on this platform. And that's just that simple. That's just that flat out simple. We don't need this on this platform. Go to them other platforms that's with all them retarded games. We ain't got time for that. You know? Go to Sidnetter's platform. You know? Go to Young Bear's platform. You know? Go to the Ibn'rad Squad's platform. They be on all that type of ish. We ain't got time for that over here. You know? So, you know, like I said, you know, that's what we stand at here. We serious about liberation, even if it means, you know, losing our freedom or dying. Matter of fact, we already in prison, so what the hell, you know? We just ain't in the institutional part of it, but we already in prison, you know? So, I mean, you know, what more else can they do to us? You know what I'm saying? When you really think about it, you know? What more can these racists do to us? You know, other than that, but kill us? What more can they do to us? We ain't got nothing to lose. That's where we at. You know? And on that note, I'm going to pass the mic over to our brother, Taalik. Thanks for letting me speak.
Okay. Well, it seems as though everybody is still in the groove, still in the mood. They thank you very much for your commentary, Brother Taalik.
Yes, sir. Likewise.
And I just want to make 2 points, and we're gonna get out of here. The first point is, of course, Operation Exodus Mississippi campaign. And the only thing I want to say about that is it's amazing how so-called people that can understand all this supreme knowledge and wisdom that they claim, but they cannot understand, they can't comprehend something very, very simple as this Mississippi campaign. They make it more than what it really is. It's very simple. It's a plan that, how can I say it? Well, actually, this cold is bothering me. Lost my train of focus of my thoughts here. But all thing you're doing is out slicking the slickster. You're outfoxing the fox. You're taking the knife, you're taking the gun, you're taking the bazooka that somebody was going to kill you, flip it around and use their own bazooka, their own gun, their own knife against them. That's what it is. It is freedom, justice, and equality. And I know that many people say that. I hear that when I was in the Nation of Islam, they say it all the time. freedom, justice, and equality. Freedom, justice, and equality. Equality. We're not even going to talk about the other words. Let's just talk about equality. I want freedom, justice, and equality. So that means if I have 3 bananas, you have 3 bananas. You can't have 4 bananas. That's not equal, right? Simple math. What is equal? 3 on one side, 3 on the other side. That's equal. But if it's 8 on one side and 3 on the other side, that's not equal. You hear these people talk about equality, but at the same time, the men are afforded this, not equal, but the women are limited in that, so that makes it unequal. You want to live, just using the Nation of Islam for an example. Elijah Muhammad lives in a big mansion, 9, 10, 12 rooms or whatever, but the average follower might live in a shack, pay rent to some white people for. That's unequal. I want freedom, justice, and equality. You would think that the person who is teaching this would be an example of that. I'm not going to live in a mansion until we're equal, all of us, if we want to. It's not necessarily so that all of us want to live in a mansion. But if we want to, if we're equal, you can live in a mansion, I can live in a mansion. That's equality. And if an all-female construction company wants to build the mansion, then that female construction company should have the right to build that mansion. Oh, that's a man thing. Well, then it's not equality. It's not equality. So you have those who are speaking equality, but they're not going to practice it. It's just a selling point. And once you women get caught up in this pro-blackness, pro-Africanness that talk about equality or how they're going to treat you, you're not going to be treated equal. You're not being treated equal now. You're just a breeder. You're just somebody to breed more men. That's all. You're just a breeder. Know your role. But your role that they want you to play or put you in is not equal to the role that the men got. It's unequal. So the Mississippi campaign is about true equality. I'm not interested in your sexual orientation. I'm not interested in your private life, what you do, blah, blah, blah. All that means nothing as long as you are denied equality and freedom and justice. That don't mean nothing anyway. All that means nothing as long as you continue to live under your oppressor. Who cares about what you want? So all these people that come to Angel Snuffing Up 7, that comes to Toledo, that comes to the Reality's Temple, talk about, I don't want to live around no white people. I don't want to live around no homosexuals. I don't want to. Ask them who and where they're living with right now. They're living and they're going to die around white people. They're going to live and they're going to die around homosexuals and all the things they talk about. I don't want that. I don't want that. Silly people. You want what you want when you want it. Selfish, greedy people. What you want. What about what is in the best interest of us as a people? What the people want. Actually, what the people need, not what they want. There's a difference between a want and a need. A want is, I want Terry Ellis, but I don't need. There's a lot of sisters out there. She's not the only woman on the planet. That's a want. A need is you need air to breathe. Without air, you die. That's a need. Without water, you die. The first thing any leadership needs to secure for the people, excuse me, if they really are for the people, you must secure food, clothing, and shelter. All this other stuff don't mean nothing. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more maybe this weekend or later on this week. That don't mean nothing. Not an African school, food, clothing, and shelter. You cannot eat an African school. Sorry, Dr. Umar Johnson. Your priorities is all messed up. You must secure food, clothing, and shelter. If the only thing we want to do is grow bananas, we will become the greatest banana producers in the world. All over the world, they will see your stamp. Damn, this came from those soul brothers and sisters. Have a black power fist on the banana. You got to take over something. If you just want to make shoes all over the world, the best, you become the best shoemaker in the world. Man, if you really want a good pair of shoes that last a long time, good quality, them brothers and sisters in Mississippi, they turning them out. Your leadership is incompetent. Your leadership has no creativity. Your leadership has a delusional way of looking at the world. Somebody told me, Chinese people don't let us come in their neighborhood and do what? Show me the black people who have tried to open up a business in the Asian or Germantown or whatever community. Show me who these people are. First of all, you must offer a service that they want. If you are selling fish, they eat fish. I'm very sure they don't mind just because you black. They don't care if you bring in, especially if you're able to get good fish at a nice price, you can go into the Asian community and sell fish. They buy Michael Jackson records. He's a black man, right? Michael Jackson is a product. That's something that they want. You want to offer them something that they do not want. Whenever you're trying to sell something to somebody, it's got to be something they want or they need. Did you invent some kind of power battery that if you charge the battery up, it could actually run your house for 2 or 3 days or something? Believe me, Chinese, the African community, wherever you go, people will buy that. That's something nice to have. You have to have a product that the people want. Just because you come in there and you want to sell some rap records or whatever it is, Negro stuff those people aren't into that. And a lot of those people in those communities are into their culture. So you have to understand what they want in order to sell something to them or something that they need. This black power, Pan-African, they have a delusional way of looking at things. A business person looks at who I can sell to. They don't care. Money, the money is green. They don't care who the person is. They don't care about your sexual orientation. Nobody, Kentucky Fried Chicken don't make commercials talking about if you're homosexual, don't buy Kentucky Fried Chicken. We don't want your money. Well, that's against the law, but ain't nobody going to do that. Stupid. And this black power stuff, they think stupid. Don't think real. But It's about equality. It's about taking advantage of any tool that your enemy gives you or your oppressor gives you to benefit yourself so that you can get yourself out of the situation that they put you in, if you're smart. Again, outfox the fox, outslick the slickster. Everything about the Mississippi campaign is legal. You don't have to worry about the FBI, the CIA, and all this other. You got to worry about the niggas. That's what you got to worry about. You got to worry about Alquan. You got to worry about Sister Noble and Karen and people like that that come in your ranks to destroy what you're trying to do. That's what you got to worry about. People who want you to fail because they are failures, because they are losers. Because the more we succeed here, the more we win here, makes them look worse and worse and worse. They want us to fail. They don't want us to be successful. They will tell you that, well, brother, you do you and I do me, and I hope you be successful. You're a damn lie. Because if you wanted me to be successful, you would help me like I have helped you. I have helped the nation of Islam. I have helped the Hebrew Israelites. I have helped a whole lot of folks in my time in this blackity black stuff. Nobody wants to help me. I've helped Sister Noble. I've helped Craig. I've helped all these bozos. They're liars. They want you to fail. They want the youth. They want us to continue to do the same loser ass stuff because they're comfortable being a Negro slave in this country. And this is my last point I want to say before we get out of here. If I can remember it, I should have wrote it down. What is it? It's another point I wanted to make real quick. What was it? Must not be that important. Okay. I wanted to talk about Operation. It was right there. I was just getting ready to say it. Okay. I want to talk about. Oh, yeah. Speaking of Sister Noble and Karen and all those women, there are those who wanted us to get caught up in the black gender war. And I saw comments, well, I guess Angel Snuffing Up 7, he's going to join the manosphere. You know, he's going to start talking against black women now. See, I'm not going to get caught up in that because these are individuals that so happen to be women, but they do not represent black women. Sister Noble does not represent black women. Karen damn sure don't represent black women. Aleeyah Porkchop don't represent black women. Cynthia G do not represent black women. There's no woman or group of women that we can say represent black women. If it is, please show them to me. Show me what they represent. They don't represent, because I'm pretty sure my sisters and my aunts and cousins, they don't represent me. And there are a lot of sisters in this country. It's over 40 million of us in this country. And these women on YouTube can only represent themselves. But there are a lot of hateful men who use them, and the few women that wouldn't spread their legs for them or they don't have a problem with, they use that to feed their hatred. I don't have a problem with that, because the black woman, the sisters have been good to me all my life. It makes no difference if Sister Noble stabbed me in the back, or Karen stabbed me in the back, or Aleeyah Porkchop stabbed me in the back. It makes no difference about all that. That does not take away, and that's individuals. I do not use individuals to judge a gender, because as a gender, there's more sisters who have been good to me and I've seen women in the field that have been good, and I know my history of the black woman, so that has no effect on me. It has no effect. So I'm not going to get caught up in that black gender garbage. And if you notice, none of those suckers came over here. Nobody from the manosphere, nobody from none of them woman-hating channels. They didn't even try to come here because they know how Angel Snuffing Up 7 roll. I've been a lover of womanhood ever since I've been on YouTube, 2007. I'm not going to let dealing because I deal with a couple or wackos, I'm not going to let that change my mind about the sisters. I am 1000% soul sister. And this is what I want you to think about as we part this portion of time. Now, I'm very sure that Brother Taalik has heard this, and many of you out there in YouTube land, you have heard this. This is something that is normally talked in all kinds of circles in the Pan-African pro-blackity black circles. We hear this all the time. This is what they say. From a religious point of view. You have man. Woman, now listen. Woman is a reflection of man. And children are a reflection of the woman. Man is supposed to be a reflection of God. Now this tells me if man is all messed up and man has a problem, then God is messed up because man is reflecting God. And if women or womanhood is messed up, that means men have failed in their role. And certainly this passes on down to the children. And we're looking at a world and these children are wild. They just anywhere because the parents, the man and the woman, and they don't never say this, but clearly God himself has failed because man is supposed to reflect God. No, man rebelled against God. Why is he rebelling? Even when we are children, we rebel a little bit against our parents because we're immature. We really don't know any better, and but we get our act together as we grow. As we grow and mature, we get our act together and we begin to understand, oh, that's why mama wanted me to do that. Oh, that's why daddy didn't want me to do that. We begin to understand as we grow and mature. So there's got to be a problem. If man, after all these thousands of years, under the word of God and inspired by God, and man is still in bad shape, there's got to be a problem with God. It's got to be. So man is all messed up, and we have women that's all messed up. I want to say this to the brothers about the sisters. On that slave plantation, of course, the slave master is going to treat people differently or whatever, blah, blah. But we was equal on that slave plantation. Your ass was sold from plantation to plantation and raped. And she was sold from plantation to plantation and whipped and beaten and raped. We shared that equally. There was a song called Strange Fruit, and it talked about the over 2,000, I believe, lynchings in this country by Billie Holiday. And we do a lot of focus on the men, but there were children and a lot of women hanging from those trees also. So we share all the evil, the rape, the murder. We're all called nigger equally in this country, whether you male or female. You called nigger and coon and sambo, and the list goes on and on. We share all these things equally. But I want to tell the brothers, see, you make a mistake here. So now that the massa, you did not fight for freedom, brother. The Peckerwoods had a civil war and got into it. And plus, we was this society was entering the industrial age. Don't need slaves like that no more. So they let our ancestors loose. And in the beginning, that man knew his only friend was that woman. But as time goes on, it never fails. You start getting a little money in your pocket. White man put more biscuits on your plate. And when he began to give these things out, this is a woman-hating society. Remember, the white woman had to fight for her rights for over 100-some damn years. And next to the slave, she was the slave. He tortured her, did her wrong, the Caucasian woman. She was raped. She was abused. It wasn't until recent times, if a woman was raped, usually it was an all-male jury, and they let the rapist go. That's what the white woman had to deal with. So here we are. We're loose. Brothers, they can be senators. They can be mayors. They can be sheriffs. They can be all kinds of stuff now. And the black woman, the soul sisters, she was relegated to be a housewife, a manny, a maid. A lot of our sisters had to do that. And you get your ass whooped on these white man's job, and you know she can't hold a job like you can. You got to be the breadwinner. Then you get a little alcohol in you. You get off work. Where's my lunch? Where's my dinner? And you done gave her, when I was growing up, nine children in a family, that was normal. Having 9 brothers and sisters. You done knocked up with all these babies. And the only way you can feel like a man is to control your family. How you doing, dear? How many of these sisters taking these pretty pictures and being abused in the home? And then you go to the prostitution house, the whole house. You got a wife at home. Get drunk, go to the prostitution house. And they still doing it to this day. Go to the strip club. These are married men. There's no way. I got a wife like Terry Ellis at home. There's no way I'm going to no damn strip club. Here's my strip club right here. I don't need to go to. You got men. You got men like Jay-Z, married to a beautiful woman like Beyonce, who just gave him 3 beautiful children. And I can guarantee you, Jay-Z is at them damn strip clubs messing with them hoes. I guarantee you. And even though she's a millionaire, Beyonce is taking it from this guy. I can guarantee you that. I guarantee you that's why her sister Solange, when they got into it in the elevator, Solange was telling Beyonce, you don't have to take that stuff. I guarantee you that's what it was all about. You're Beyonce. Do you know how many men want you? Well, I'm just doing it. I heard Beyonce say this. I'm doing it for the children. He don't give a damn about you and no children. He don't care nothing about that. I'm doing it for the children. And so now in 2021, women have fought for their certain rights. They're able to get their education and do. They don't have to tolerate your nonsense no more. And these men, the manosphere and wherever, they want to live a past that should be allowed to be destroyed. Our sisters are human beings. They're not your damn property. Justice, freedom, justice, and equality. These men really don't want freedom, justice, and equality. They want a slave in the house. These sisters stop supporting the brothers because the brothers start treating them like the slave master used to treat all of us. You don't get it. Our gender is the reason why a Sister Noble exists. Our gender is the reason why a Karen exists. A Aleeyah Muhammad exists. Our gender, our failure. Because we want to be better. We don't want freedom, justice, and equality. We want to be like the slave master. We want to live just like how we was treated on the slave plantation, except we want to be massa. I believe it was a Caucasian woman. She created Mother's Day. I want to give celebration to my mother. I think it was a Caucasian woman. And when you look at history, history is all about men because women aren't allowed to do nothing. When you look at the Bible and the Quran, it's all about men. Men got everything. It's all about the men. When you think about a scientist, you don't think about women. You think about men. Even though women have done things, you think about men. It's all about men, men, men. So you got a Caucasian woman. I want to celebrate my mother, Mother's Day. What about Father's Day? Your day is every damn day, you piece of trash. The women can't have nothing. So the women have Mother's Day, and you got these, I can't wait till Father's Day. Give me a tie. I'm a good father. I'm a father. Wow. How pathetic, a bunch of losers. You already got everything. Greedy and selfish. You have people who are millionaires that's worried about somebody who got $2 extra on their EBT card. You're a millionaire. What the hell do you care? Selfish, greedy ass people. Why is that your concern? You're a millionaire. Why are you concerned about what poor people doing? I'm telling my taxes. You ain't paying no damn taxes. You got your money all over the place, overseas. You got your people to hide your money on, what's his name? Warren Buffett. He told it outright how they be hiding their money and what they don't pay their fair share in taxes. Now, if you notice, Warren Buffett is not voluntarily paying his fair share in taxes. He's telling you this, but he's not voluntarily going to do it. He ain't paying a damn thing. We have to do things differently. We have to be opposite. Whatever this world is, we have to be opposite. We have to be like that Jesus, that fictional Jesus. We have to be in this world, but not of this world. We have to create an environment and show that righteous behavior is just as good. In fact, it is better than unrighteous behavior. You can get high, you don't need liquor. You can get drunk, you don't need liquor. You don't need weed. And your high is permanent. It's not temporary. So you don't have to go around chasing, stealing and robbing, trying to get your next fix. We're not going to be successful without every member of the soul family. Our best. Oh no! Is this the real brother Ben? Is this the real brother Ben? Aleeyah, brother Ben is in the house. Aleeyah, you still there? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm still here. Yeah, I just had to on mute. Go ahead.
I have to. Brother Ben is in the house. Brother Ben X. I have to give my brother, because he thinks I'm so mean and everything. Brother Ben, can we talk together, brother, one day? Brother Ben is in the house. He just don't know how much respect we have for this, because Brother Ben is the future. Brother Ben is a bad man. Brother Ben, y'all, is in the house. Thank you, Brother Ben, for letting it be known that you're here and you listen to what we have to say. Thank you so much, Brother Ben. We need all of us to get this job done. And our women, our sisters, even our children. And that's what's so incredible about the Mississippi campaign, because it gives all of us a purpose. It gives the drug addict a purpose. The crackhead. We're not going to let none of our energy go to waste, because we need everybody. Actually, Mississippi campaign is rehabilitation for our people who have fallen, to help them get back on their feet. It's a wonderful vision. It's a wonderful plan if it's understood. And what a lot of folks don't understand about the Mississippi campaign is that all of our disciplines, from the Nation of Islam to the Hebrew Israelites to the Comedics, we can find your place within the system or under the umbrella. Do your thizzy and let's get the job done. Let's get the job done. I am not your enemy. I want to win. We're here to win. A lot of us are allowing our religion and different ideologies get in the way of winning. We're in this unit, black unity or soul unity is like having a marriage. You have to be able to compromise. You have to be able to tolerate certain things from your partner. You might have a husband that snores. You might have a husband that snores. Do that mean you're going to get a divorce? No, you're going to try to help your husband deal with snoring, his snoring problem. You're not just going to throw him away. This is the man that you married. This is the man that you love. He just got a snoring problem. And the same thing with your wife. We have to find ways that you're not going to throw away your children, because I know some of these old bad children, you be looking, oh, I wish I could get rid of them. You don't want to get rid of your children. We learn how to work with one another. I remember, I'm going to say this, we're going to get out of here. I was in the Nation of Islam in Mississippi, and I became a roommate with two other brothers. We were single brothers, and all of us is different and blah, blah, blah. But it was a wonderful thing, and it was a good benefit to bring all of us together so we could split that rent 3 ways. Everybody had extra money for each other, and everybody got, everybody have their flaws, everybody have their whatever. But we had respect for one. I love that union, that relationship that myself and those brothers had, because we had respect for one another. And we didn't go all crazy because somebody left some hair on the floor or somebody did this and blah, 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 blah. We just worked with it and worked with each other. And it was a very sad thing when everybody had to go their separate ways. But can you imagine if we could move in with one another in some of these apartments and save all this money from rent? And it's a story that they talk about, like what Mexicans do, and even some of these immigrants do, Africans do. They could come together and share the rent in a house. 20 of them might live in the house. Of course, that's against the law, but as long as nobody snitch, who cares? They come together, they can tolerate living with one another, they save their money, and they go out and buy houses, real estate. That's something we can see. Tolerating these things for the best interest of the whole long term, instead of always being selfish, thinking about the short term. And it all works out for everybody involved. And that's a wonderful thing to see. I just want us to win. I'm not a negative person. I just want us to win. I go hard on some of these things because I know, hey, sweetheart, Miss Hines in the house. And I just want us to win. Before I close my eyes for the last time, I would like to see all of you winning. I want you to win because you deserve it. We as a people, we deserve to win. We don't deserve this excuse making. Oh, it's going to take 20 years, 25 years. I don't know, brother. It took a lot. No, we want to win now. You can't do it now. The reason why you said it's going to take 25 years because you don't know what the hell you're doing. It's time for us to win. You would not want nobody to come to your house and you need a roof on your house. Talk about, well, I don't know how I'm going to put the roof up. Could be 25 years, 50 years. Nobody want to hear that. You want somebody that can be confident and say, I see the problem with the roof. I'm going to be honest with you. It's going to take 6 months, maybe 7, but we're going to get the job done. That's what you want to hear. You don't want to hear all this crazy stuff. It might take another 100 years. I don't want to hear that. We already suffered. We have the money. We have the education. We got everything that we need in order to get the job done. The only problem that we have is we keep doing the same stuff that don't work over and over again. Either you revise what you're doing or you gravitate to a new strategy. You got to revise. The way you're doing it now is not working. Revise it or go to a new strategy. I propose and advise a new strategy. That's what I propose. So on that note, still trying to fight this cold, but next time I talk to us, I should be all well and good later on this week or this weekend. And I want to thank everybody. Thanks, of course, to the deacons, Mello, Brother Phil, and of course, we had a special guest in the chat room, Brother Ben X Network. Brother Ben stopped by, and she's late, but I saw Sister Miss Angela Hines is in the house. Thank you so much, sister, for coming by. Want to thank Brother Talib for bringing his wisdom. Thank you so much. And
yes, sir. Peace to everybody.
So with that said, we want to get out of here and leave as imparting, as Don Cornelius used to always say, as imparting. I wish us love, peace, and soul. And we are Audi 5,000. Thank you.
Listen, I'm a finish eating and I kicked the
I'm Soul Sister J. I'm Soul Sister D. And I just wanted to say thank you for all the people who helped to the medical fundraiser for my uncle Taalik. And it has meant so much to us that you would help, because without you guys, his life would not be possible and we would not be with him today right now. And I just wanted to say, for all of you that helped and that donated, I would really like to give a big thanks. And I hope that I can meet you one day and say thank you in person. I love you guys. And bye. Bye. Peace forever and always. Peace forever and always. Peace forever and always.
Everybody join.
How do you guys feel about Terry frowning like that with her album? You guys' album coming?
She thinks she's cute.
She thinks she's cute?
That's all I got to say.
Terry thinks she's cute, huh?
Thanks, hon.
She came out with a different attitude after that.
Look like no none to me.
That's old school. Life has changed. I want the red.
Wait, what was that Mr. T did in Rocky? What was that, Rocky 3? Was it Rocky 3? Get them cameras off my face!
There we go. I don't have a lot to say. Come to see Terry. That's Terry, Cindy, and Rona.
I trust that feeling. Does anybody have any questions of me before I get out of here? Let's see what you guys are saying. What's up, soul sister Rona? Hey, Taalik. I'm the brother that did Mike Jackson in Tunica, Mississippi. Hey, now. Hello to Terry. Respect. Bless up. Bless up. Bless up.
Come to see Terry. That's Terry, Cindy, and Rona. It's Terry.
It's important for the black youth especially to know that we did have a history and that we did great things and that we had great people, and those things were not in the history books when I was in school. And what I'd like to be doing 5 years from now is attempting to rewrite the history books so that they'll know that.
Yes. I want that. Oh, I need that. Gots to have that. It's
one of these days you gon' see me.
Everybody who is black and interested in black people, let us sit down and find out how we can get together in one direction against one enemy and accomplish this job overnight.
When soul singer and black activist Sam Cooke wrote the lyrics to his song, A Change Is Gonna Come, it was very direct and to the point. With some changes to it, the song was still digestible. In the year 2019, black folks continue to go through the change rather than direct the change. A community activist named Taalik Ibn'rad has made an appeal similar to what Sam Cooke was asking for. A change. It's said that the meek shall inherit the earth. We ask when. When will the landlords give the meek a free lease? Mr. Ibn'rad is humbly asking for the state of Mississippi. This is Dusty Basement Studios, and we approve of this message.